and he was like, so he put it, so like he's like, do you remember this? And I'm like, it's a neat sword, but no. When he held on to it, it wasn't ignited like this. It was just basically a normal sword. And so he put it away. And then he told me at one point, when you remember, return to the armory and collect what is once yours. And I remembered. And when I had this, it reignited in my hand. And I remembered all of the battles that I had used for this thing for a lot of like on the topic of wars. It's just kind of reminded me of.
Hmm.
In my old life, I was known as an Ember Knight, and I served the King of Fire. Unfortunately, I can't remember his name. Because I think that part of
I don't know, they'd be open to diplomatic
I mean,
talk.
it was in Redwall, and the guards seemed to be okay with it, since it was an official warrant from the kingdom, so
Ah, fair enough.
yeah. Oh, hello, I almost said mistress. Hello, Tris.
Hello. How are you both doing?
Absolutely, I think fantastic. I'm still very confused after yesterday.
What happened yesterday?
Very confused. I adopted someone. I have confused feelings.
You've just adopted a new
Stuff.
person?
No, the one I told you about yesterday.
Oh, you made it official.
Before he
Right,
ran
right,
off
right,
after
right.
someone could have, you know. It still feels weird to be called a dad. Like,
Get
I'm
used to it, I'm
only...
sure.
How old am I? I'm only something. No, I think I'm... No, I'm older than Aether. I'm old enough to be a dad now. I cannot make an excuse. But hey, if you guys have any parenting advice, I would be glad to take it. Because I'm nervous as a hex.
I haven't reached the age of 20 yet. I'm not exactly sure I'm capable of providing that advice myself.
I don't know. How was your father?
Well, it's a complicated question. Roderick Steelson was better known by his adventure alias, the Raging Star. Settled down with my mother after a lifetime of long and successful adventure. He was a good dad, a bit distant, I suppose, but he didn't seem to do me any wrong and didn't do my ma any wrong, so...
Hmm.
I suppose that's good. I think. I don't know. Lucas told me something about not being a helicopter parent, and I do not know what a helicopter is, but that sounds bad.
No, I don't know what a helicopter is either.
I know there was a saying on my world about not being an airship parent, meaning that you don't hover over them. So maybe that's what they meant.
that a good thing or a bad thing?
Not a great thing, because you're hovering over them and you're not allowing them to supposedly learn lessons, but I don't know. I'm not really
guess
the
in
one to
debate-
probably be able to offer advice.
I guess so long as you have an open level of communication with him and you're able to put your trust in him as much as he trusts you, then by all means, it should be okay. You just need to talk it out every so often.
Hmm.
Maybe I should buy a book on it. Do you think that would help?
I mean, you could talk to others that have done the parenting thing.
I mean, I already asked Julian, but he basically said everything I have already done. Like, I'll learn about where they come from, what was their previous family, if they hate any other races, or what's their personality. Basically, all of the knowing each other stuff. So I don't know what to do next.
I mean, you could try talking to Torg.
Like, Torg? Why him?
I mean, there's Tina.
Oh,
It's a
right.
very similar
Shut up.
situation. He kind of adopted her.
I see. Well, when he's around, I'll be sure to ask him. Actually... Alright, this reminds me. Did you get told about that slave that came to Redwall? That tried to take away Tina, actually.
I've heard a little bit about it.
I was there when the captains
They're with the
were
orphanage,
interrogating the
trying to
culprit.
take her back.
I see.
From the sounds
What
of
is
it,
this orphanage?
I don't know the huge details, but it sounds like it might be different, but similar to my situation. They probably take kids in and train them to either be thieves or warriors, or in my case, an assassin. So, that's why I can't really give you a huge amount of advice. I don't have a huge amount of experience with my actual dad, because, you know, he's died. And then my adoptive dad, well, I wouldn't really call him a role model, considering he took me in to train me to be an assassin, so...
I see.
That, and like him, I'm fairly young for an elf, so I don't really have that whole life experience thing going on. You have that too? Like, everyone just assumes you're like 200 or something?
On occasion, it happens a lot with my ma, but for me, not as often. I think they mistake my optimism and supposed naivete as childish innocence, I suppose.
Eh.
Man, I'm old. How old are you guys, actually?
Me?
Like 20,
I'm...
30, 40?
I mean, I'm 27.
I'm 19.
Oh. Oh. I should grow my hair white and maybe grow a beard.
Yeah, but then people might confuse you for Califax. Between the robes, the white hair, the beard.
I don't know. Don't I look cool in white hair?
You don't look bad. Honestly, you look, you know, you're a good looking man. You know, you can kind of pull off either one, honestly.
Thank you. I mean, this is just basically when the illusion comes off. Phew, illusion. I just don't want to freak people out because, red eyes, demon. Or something. I'm not a demon, actually.
Or vampire, or whatever
Vampire.
people, jump to.
I'm
Well,
a mystery.
well, people tend to jump that conclusion since, you kind of sort of work for Osmodeus. I never really got that. Like, do you work for Nurgle or do you work for Osmodeus?
Technically for Nurgle.
I see.
I kind of don't want the world to end, but helping her might be useful.
Hmm.
You see, they promised to help me get half of my soul back, so I kind of need that.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm half a man, as they put it. Not all here. Like... Not exactly as corporeal as everyone else.
Hmm.
I see.
That suddenly makes things make a lot more sense now.
Hmm.
I mean, the teleporting, the
Not exactly.
levitation.
I mean, yeah. Being more spirit than man, I think that's...
Being inside bushes but not
Correct.
rustling them.
I mean, I can, if I concentrate hard enough, I can become more physical, but that also makes me damageable. Very damageable.
True. From
Anyway,
what
now that I told you my deepest, darkest secret, what is yours?
I don't really have that many secrets, honestly. That's a lie. I mean, I've been fairly... I mean, there's not really a reason to keep a lot of stuff secret. No one really seems to care. Like, I kept my mouth shut about being an assassin for a very long time, but then no one cared? Kai didn't even care. So, at that point, I just stopped kind of pretending and keeping it secret. I probably wouldn't say it too loud around, Sulfur or, some of the kind of political people around here, but I think most people, it's kind of a no by now, so... I mean, heck, Eugene knows, so half the town probably knows.
Yeah, he told everyone.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, not really huge secret. Besides, people knowing will help kind of protect me if they ever show up.
I only
Good day.
really keep my things as secrets for the dramatics of it. I like to keep the mystery of who I am.
That's fair.
No, let people figure it out. I mean, it's not really a secret, like 5 people so far. No, 3 people know, 2 people figure it out. So, take a guess.
Let's go off the Nexus bingo. People show up, they tend to have some traits. You're a former royalty.
Technically correct.
Okay, so I feel like that almost, well, nah, we won't call that a free space. Let's see. Your parents are dead.
I have a single parent, and he's very much alive.
Okay, so
Which I'm not very happy with.
okay, so I don't get that space. You were kicked out of home. I mean, I scratched that box.
I mean, if your home blows up, I think that technically is kicking me out. So yes.
Yeah, I mean, I would, either getting kicked out or your home destroyed, razed, that kind of thing.
Planetary destruction, stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Let's see, what else?
To give you a hint, my affinity is holy and dark.
Aren't those opposing?
Nope. Almost opposing.
Okay, so I just learned that one of the people are you a Nephilim?
That is very close. Very, very close.
Dang, there's like 3 different... I shouldn't be surprised because, Nexus, Fire, there's like half a dozen dragons. Like, I think there's like 5 dragons at this point.
What would be the definition of Nephilim? I've heard it passed around a couple of times and interchanged with a few things, but what would be your definition
There
of
are
that?
different kinds of Nephilim. Sometimes is half angel, half human. Sometimes it's half demon, half angel. Sometimes it's just some kind of
Right.
energies just messing around and creating a Nephilim.
It's kind of
A
like
very
saying
broad
demon.
term.
You have several different types of demons, and you can have several types of Nephilims.
Yeah.
Right.
Or, dragons. You have
Okay.
red, green, silver. You have crystal dragons, ice dragons, fire dragons. It's an umbrella term.
Yep.
Mm.
But yes, Nephilim was very, very close.
I should just tie that one into with like tragic backstory. Like you have like a tragic history. Like that feels like a better space for that.
Everyone here has a tragic backstory.
Well, I mean, it feels like that's what
Maybe.
draws most people here most of the time. I wouldn't
my
say
backstory is very
everybody,
tragic.
but it's not common enough to make it the free
Everybody.
space as it should, as I would think. I don't think Bryant has a tragic history.
He has a dead wife, if I remember. Though
well-
I don't remember what she died from. He never told me.
Well, I mean, that could either just be her just passing away, or it could be because of something tragic. Someone passing away doesn't necessarily mean they have a tragic history.
That's true, I guess.
Well, you're not human.
Never have been.
Yeah, so you didn't have like some pact or deal or something going awry, something that happened that changed you.
Well, I had many pacts and deals in my lifetime. Some of them have went poorly.
Well, you constantly travel. Can you go home?
Yeah,
Okay.
or at least I hope so. At least the place I go to is home, hopefully, and it's not like a different facsimile of it. And never mind, I'm overthinking it.
I can't go back home.
I can't go home, so that's fun. Or I technically can, it's just there would be
we're in the same
repercussions.
club.
Well, I can technically go back, but, my former family would try to get me back, so.
Yeah, probably.
And they know of the nexus now, so.
Oh, yeah, that's bad. Don't worry, Tris. We're here. So now, you just point to whoever it is that's trying to hunt you down, and I just do this. You know, this.
But yeah, you can always lean on us in case you need any help with anything at all.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate that. Also, sorry, Andre. I could not see anything.
What are you talking about again?
I'll mention more about that here in a second.
I think we're playing backstory bingo.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
What's your final answer? Or I guess not final yet, you can keep guessing if you want.
Honestly, you're a complete mystery. I can't figure you out.
Kind of happy about that.
Honestly, I was thinking, when I first met you, that, you were a vampire or a modern vampire or something like that. Maybe you had some kind of thing where, maybe you got changed or something. But now that I know you're not a vampire of any kind, and, I've seen you kind of, do your thing, I have no idea. Like, what, your like, I could not even start to imagine guessing as to your history.
I mean, to be honest, as I said before, I have half a soul. So I'm not really the most original, if you would say. I mean, original looking, I suppose. Not all of my bits are with me.
Well, I mean,
probably the biggest hint I could give you, I used to have wings.
Were you some kind of angelic entity that fell?
There is exactly 5 angels in Aether that I have counted. And one of those 5 is myself. Congratulations.
Oh, dang, I was just, shooting in the dark. I would not have guessed that if it wasn't for your hint about the wings, so.
Still saying, okay, let's go.
But it was still your
I
decision.
mean, yeah, that was a big giveaway. I don't have those anymore.
Yeah.
That part of me is missing.
Sure, I do.
Which sucks.
Yes, you do.
My PC screwed up again, and I had to fix it.
If you're ever interested in helping me find those.
Oh, I'm having thoughts.
Yeah.
Because without my wings, I'm kind of dying.
Yeah.
Oh, that's.
Which sucks.
Well, yeah, that.
Yeah. That sucks.
I mean, can't the healers do anything? Like, I would imagine that they could.
I mean, half of my soul is missing, and it's continuing to be missing. Like, I have less and less every day. So unless I find my wings and have all of my soul with me, I can't really be helped. I have no idea how much time I have. Maybe it's years or days.
Well, hopefully it's years. I hate to see you pass away.
Hopefully. Yeah. Like, I could pass away at any moment.
That's not funny.
Moment. What? All I said was I could pass away at any moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will not make fun of my own death now.
Especially not now that you're a dad.
All right.
It seems really poor timing for you to suddenly like adopt someone the next day dead.
Yeah, you may not want to do that with him.
Fuck. I'm a terrible father already.
No, it's
No, just don't use that joke on him.
no.
fine.
Just don't use
Yeah,
that joke
don't-
on him, and you're fine.
Yeah,
There's
add
something-
that joke to the list of banned jokes.
Okay, I will not talk to him about that.
Kind of jokes.
Good to know.
Oh, I don't trust stairs. You know why?
No, I don't know why.
They're always up to something.
He's right. Those goddamn stairs are evil.
Okay.
Always scheming, always going up. Where up? Where is up?
They-
What's the
Also,
limit
don't
to a
trust
staircase?
crabs. And other crustaceans of the sort, be it shrimp or lobsters or crabs.
I
They're very shellfish.
um
Finally, someone laughs at the joke.
I
My buddy Moran, who
Myself
keeps
laugh.
crabs, would still not laugh at that joke.
excuse me. I need to head to the healers. I just got psychic damage.
All right. Okay.
Very
don't
well, I
worry.
will see you there.
I was kind of joking, but
Don't worry, I can fix psychic damage. Do you want that joke removed from your memory?
no.
Very well, then I cannot help you. You're on your own.
Yep.
Forever with the shellfish.
It is a burden we must bear, unfortunately.
Indeed.
Fire wine,
Now they
800
are walking
years.
away.
Like that stuff's gonna be good. I hand it to him, and he goes walking up to John. And he goes, "Here you go, John. I got you some really nice wine." John, in a tone that I had never heard him say before. Like I legitimately thought he was mad out of his mind at Fenris because he said something along the line of, "Fenris, I'm a recovering alcoholic. What the fuck? What are you doing? Like, why are you doing this? Why do you tease me like this? This is cruel. This is not funny. Like, be gone. You're not wanted here. Unsummon." All the while that he's saying that to Fenris, I'm trying to get my word in of like, don't speak to him like this. Don't speak to my friend like this. That's not cool. Because I had no idea at the time that Fenris and John were friends. So all I see is one friend, another friend, and one friend absolutely insulting the other friend to the worst degree possible. Because all Fenris wanted to do was to provide John with a drink. And so what I do is when my blood just boiled, a couple things happened at that one point. That was a moment that I remembered all of the old wars of humans, mortals, abusing, bad-mouthing, beating summons. And it just snapped at me. I drew my sword and I put it to his throat. And I was like, "You will not speak to him like that."
Thanks for singeing my
John
hand.
just looked. Sorry.
It's fine.
Sorry, just.
Healing!
There, healed. But so, John just looked at me and said three things. He said, 1, I'll speak to my friends however I wish. 2, that wouldn't work anyway, even if you tried. 3, take that out of my face if you want to salvage anything of what we have left. And so, with that, I withdrew my sword, but Fenris walked away, and I walked after him. And I do regret drawing my sword on him. There, like, no matter my anger, drawing the sword was not the right answer, not the right action. I'll admit that. I own that, and I do my best to make sure that I keep my anger in check, and I'll never let that happen again. But my anger was incredibly justified because Fenris, that had been going through all this, just wanted to help John. And John saying those things just made my blood boil beyond reckoning. And Fenris wasn't mad at me either. He was happy that he had someone he was happy that someone stood up for him. And I said something along the lines of, I don't like people bullying my friends. He said something along the line of, it's okay, I've heard worse. And it only leads me to two things. One, that while throughout his life, other people that he's been trying to raise as heroes treated him like shit. Two, John's been saying things to him that were far worse than what he had said. Or three, that people around here, but I don't know. But the point, but what I took away from it was the words that John said still bothered him. Just that either he's grown thick enough skin or he's grown numb to it. In either case, John saying, I will speak to my friends however I wish. I'm sorry, man. That's a toxic friendship in my eyes. And what made me all the more angry is that someone like John said that. And I even explained, to a couple of his friends after, you saying something like that to a summons, be gone, you're not wanted, unsummon, our existence is so insignificant to you that with a wave of our hand, we can just be gone from this plane of reality. That is incredibly insulting, incredibly rude, and in terms, racist. Because beings like summons are, we being here is not the easiest on us. Every summon, every familiar, every elemental, angel, devil, you name it, we have to be so careful with how we react on, or how we interact on the material planes. Because mages that are stronger than us, that know our names, can summon us and bind us. It's not something that many mortals might understand. I know that there are some that do understand slavery, which is an unfortunate, cruel part of this reality, but
True.
we will so long as we travel the material planes, and so long as we exist, and if our names are bigger than anything else, we always run the risk of someone that knows us trying to summon us and bind us. And I'm glad that I have a lich to hold on to my contract. And that is the reason why I try to reach out to as many people here who might not be in that same situation to be we have a kingdom that will look after you, to make sure that you have the freedom you deserve and the freedom that is rightfully owed to you. And make sure that no mage or anybody else in their sick games can try to summon you. While I've been here, I've been every time you see me flux out, that's a mage trying to summon me. And that's happened a lot of times while I've been here. Because I've gotten my name out there. I've put notices on the notice board and everything else, and people know who I am, and selfish mages will try to summon me. Outside of Aether, mind you. So
No,
so you can
I
imagine
understand. Yeah, well, not to get to the slavery thing, but as you know, I'm a beastmaster.
Of course.
I raise critters, and my main thing was griffins back home. I raised griffin for knights. Hence the blade I have on my side here used to belong to my wife, who was a griffin knight. I raised her very first griffin, Blacktail. Though in my world, my griffin people who raised griffins felt they needed a fist rather than an open hand when raising them. They needed to show dominance. They needed to show these creatures were in control. We owned them. I didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
I wanted to show people, try something. I raised Redtail. Well, I had two, Blacktail and Redtail.
Yeah.
with as much kindness, with respect, and with mutual trust. And Blacktail did something no other griffin in my world ever done. When a night fell off and when she was in danger, when Violet was completely surrounded, and I'm sure she was going to die, the griffin came back.
Really?
It risked its own life to save her.
Yeah.
There's been
And I
no
know
other
how
records of that ever happened.
And because I know that griffins are very self-preserving. They would, in normal cases, but yeah, no, that's to earn a griffin's trust like that is huge. And
That's how I raise all my animals. And like Fenris has said, like true heroes, it doesn't have to be a person, a sentient being, somebody like us that can be a hero. It can be simply a griffin as well. The griffin chose to go back and save its rider. They were both injured completely, but they didn't die.
because they had built trust and friendship. And that is the reason why I have such high respect for you, because you truly understand what it means to be someone to help guide and to help nurture relationships, not one of an iron fist, but of what's that terminology? Symbiosis, where you both work, where you're stronger together.
Because we are always stronger together. It doesn't matter where we come from, who we are, what happened in our past. All that matters is right here, right now.
There.
Words never spoken.
Yeah.
I will continue my best as a guildmaster to help people who find themselves lost, to find themselves need a little bit of money. Doesn't matter if they're undead, drow, half ogres, elementals, or summons. I will help you all the same. That is my wish. That is my goal, and I will continue to do so.
Because you're a good soul, and you've been through enough to. What's that old saying? The ones that are the kindest are the ones that know true pain. Because they know what it is like to feel pain, and they do not wish others to feel it as well. And
He takes off his
while
glove. And you notice, except for these two fingers, his entire hand is covered in burnt scars, almost completely. I know that too well.
Shit. Damn. And you keep a hothead like me around when you have that on your hand.
Fire scarred me, but it wasn't the fire. It was the people who set the fire.
Fair enough.
I don't blame the fire.
Which I'm glad. Funny enough, there's also one person that walks these lands that has pyrophobia, and I'm trying my best to for them to find time so that I can help them with their pyrophobia. However, anybody that has pyrophobia, I would try my best to make sure that, because I am living flame. So I would try my best to make sure that they can see me and not be so terrified. I'd like to be someone that people could look to. So many people across this land have asked me for help on so many occasions. And if anything, I'm really honored that people trust me like that. And I want to continue to be somebody that can be trusted like that. Not to say that not to say that, oh, I know better than more, but it's just, I have a willingness to help. Much like I know many people here would have such willingness to help. And, the tricks and good luck of a bard tend to come in handy. I remember using bardic inspiration on times to just get that little bit extra push just to help people get what they needed. It's always been fun. But so to come back around to things, yeah, that's the reason how that bridge burnt with John. Because not to say to him, it's like, oh, I just treat him like shit because he treats others like shit, but it's like, sometimes like
No.
I will always be as transparent as I can be. And that's what I always respect in people, and I respect honesty and transparency. Somebody can be honest and transparent to me and be like, "Hey, Julian, you're a piece of shit. Fire elementals suck, and I will always see you as garbage." And I'll be like, "Okay, why though?" And then if they tell me honestly, I'll be like, "Fair. That's your life, your
Julian?
experiences, and I."
Fire elementals are cool, and you can't stop me from saying otherwise.
That's not true. They suck.
well, well,
Just
well,
kidding.
you motherfucker, get over here! No, I'm kidding. Just kidding.
You're
Hold on,
fine.
let me scoot back a bit. Let me scoot back a bit so I can be circle, so I'm not just sitting in the center. Because
No.
everybody has an equal voice in saying, "Well, fuck you then, you dick." All right, fine. I'll sit on the
Vivaldi,
bench.
get out of the bush.
Fine.
Stay
We're
here.
going back. Okay, I'm staying here next to Brian.
Thank you. But yeah, like I always try to treat people as like I will be completely transparent. I'm a hothead, and my emotions run hot no matter in any spectrum. I've got I'm super happy, super sad, super angry when those emotions rise. Like like Brian, you saw me how fucking nuts I was when my wife won the strong arm competition. I could barely keep myself in check. Like I was
Oh yeah,
so
I was
bloody
worried you were
happy.
gonna burn down the tavern.
Your Honor, I plead whoopsie daisy. But
Your Honor, I plead.
No,
my
like-
wife won. I'm so happy.
my wife won, and that's when I burnt down the tavern because I was too excited. Case closed, Your Honor. On to the next one.
Your Honor. Nuh-uh.
I gotta. Okay, that's fucking good. I gotta remember that one, Your Honor. Nuh-uh.
You must say
Yeah.
it as Your Honor. Nuh-uh.
Good to know.
You gotta
Your
add that
Honor?
little pause to it.
Nuh-uh.
Nuh-uh.
No.
Your Honor. No. That's a good one. But I mean, thank you for joining Julian's rant times and Julian's letting all of his emotions out. So
Wait,
but
is your wife
because they just
Fall?
combined into no, my wife's shadow spirit. Yeah. She was a healer, and she went up against fighters that won in terms of strength. It baffled the fuck out of me. Mama didn't raise no bitch, cause god damn. Like even when she went up against the last person that tried to use death magic as like drain life to make her weak, she was smart enough to counter magic that, and then with all of her strength, boom, just freaking won. And it's like it was too bloody funny. And oh man, she just
We need to schedule another harvest festival at some point.
fuck yes. Well, the fall time is coming around, so maybe we can do.
It is.
So we got to do something for fall.
Well, I thought that
Oh,
was the whole
man.
thing.
We
Like,
need to- oh man,
it's
all
a celebration of, like, the final harvest and all that.
Exactly.
Mm.
The harvest, the reaping, and usually, like in some cultures, also tending to, also like giving honors and respects to the dead. So, oh, I hope it gets fucking spooky around here.
Oh,
I'm hoping.
I don't
I'm
think you were
fu-
here last year.
I
Or
heard of this one human
oh
tradition.
god, has it been
Oh,
really
God.
been here that long? Yeah, we had a festival for that. Where we honored the dead.
Really?
Not sure if it's going to happen again, but
It's spooky.
yeah,
I'd host it. I am a follower.
It
of
was
making sure the dead are honored.
very interesting. It was the first time I've
Only
seen
this
ghosts.
one.
Oh man, I'm gonna bust out all of the good fall drinks, like our autumn drinks. I'm thinking like pumpkin spice things. We're gonna get pumpkin pies. We're gonna get all of them good foods and drinks. It's gonna be fucking fantastic.
It
We're hoping I
it-
can make it.
it was in
I hope
Redwall.
you can make it too.
There was a big banquet and things, and then there was a thing where we went into the swamps, and we went to the grave site, and there was a kind of a ceremony where everyone kind of talked about the people that have passed away and they miss from here. So
Graveyard
Okay.
was attacked.
I'm sorry.
Wait.
The graveyard in the swamp.
Yes, the great.
Where is she?
Yeah,
yes,
that's
the
the
graveyard
thing.
in
Don't
the
worry.
swamp.
Yeah.
If I know Tama, she will appear behind me.
Howdy.
I know. Right there, technically behind me.
Hi.
Hey, Tom.
You're welcome to join.
Goodness.
You're welcome to join us. We're just sitting and chatting.
Oh,
and,
no.
I win.
The game of.
Hey,
tag
don't
is
look
on.
at me. I didn't tag you.
Indeed.
Boop. Boop. Nice.
That's weird. I'm usually the one booping boxes, but I suppose when you're
Sorry, my head
as big
exploded
as
for a
you
hot
are,
second.
you tend to do the petting and booping.
Although I'm glad I can luckily say from that now, I don't think since I've been here, I don't think anyone has passed that I know of directly. I've heard of some passings, but none that I
I was
knew,
nearly killed.
like,
Oh, don't worry, Julian. I can direct now.
I swear to the flames.
I mean-
him every day. Oh, he's
Enter my
back.
life.
It's a miracle.
Cheeky fucker, nice.
None that
That's fine.
I know of personally or know of. I don't think anyone.
Yeah. To,
There's-
to be fair, the list of people that, like, outside of Aether would be probably far too long, and I'd probably be there all day.
Yep.
Some names and faces I do forget, sadly. I'm hoping I can remember them.
Oh,
Oh yeah, turns out if you missed that part, I guess I've got like a fire elemental's amnesia. Because do you remember when I first came here and I was a fire skeleton?
yeah.
Yeah. So a lich raised me, and that's what I came as. But the cost of that, of having a second chance at life, my memories were gone. Luckily enough, over time, since I became a pure fire elemental again, I've been slowly getting memories back. And when I got this, this was my old sword from my old life. With it, a lot of memories came with it of the kingdom that I had once served as an Ember Knight. So,
Hey, Shay.
but so I've been slowly getting memories back of my old life, and to those that missed it, I was known as an Ember Knight to a King of Fire in the Plane of Fire.
This time.
And our goal was to unite the people of Kindred Heart, and I went on many raids and campaigns to help free. If you want to put us all in one group, summons like elementals, familiars, fae, angels, devils, anything you can think of that a mage can pull from some other plane to be used as a servant or something. I went on campaigns to try and stop those kinds of people because a lot of those people tend to use summons as like cruel, as like they treat them poorly as slaves or
Mhm.
sacrifice them for their cruel magics and all the like. So me and as an Ember Knight, and with my King of Fire, we would go on campaigns, raids, wars to try and stop these people from doing that. So
Mm.
Find me up here.
I had a train of thought, and I think I was just telling my backstory again. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
That's fine. Oh,
But sometimes forgetting can be a blessing.
Oh yeah, amnesia. Sometimes forgetting can be a blessing, yes.
It can be a
but I would
curse
never
or
wanna
it can be a
forget the
blessing,
people.
depending.
I think I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
It's a blessing for when the memories are too painful for you to remember, but a curse when you want to remember the honored fallen that fought by your side and those that died fighting for a just cause. I'd rather remember as painful as it will be to remember those that had fallen, my brothers and sisters that helped me free good, honest beings. I'd rather remember their sacrifices so that it cannot be forgotten. Because people one reality of this world that I think anybody can attest to. Everybody dies twice. One in the living world, and and the second time when they are forgotten.
Hmm.
So I try my best to make sure I remember every single being that I can to make sure that their sacrifices were not forgotten.
I've
It's
been.
okay, Julian. You don't have to remember me.
Now I'm gonna remember you to the.
You
I'm gonna
ain't
remember
going
you like
anywhere
that.
for a while still.
Yeah, you've only got a few gray hairs. You got plenty of time.
You're going to live longer than me.
But then again,
Don't worry.
Vivaldi, what are you doing in the wall?
I don't know. She cracked my bones. It hurts. I think my spine is broken.
You need help?
Skedaddle, skedoodle. I fix your fucking spine with cure wounds. Nah, fuck.
I thought you were gonna turn him into a noodle.
I'm fine.
Nah.
Noodle. This man's medically a noodle.
She can break my bones again. Oh no, I'm in danger.
It's the skedaddle, skedoodle. Your bones are now noodles.
But
Gulp.
I mean,
I'm a
technically I don't
noodle.
have bones, which is a funny thing. But anyway. I guess that's also probably the other biggest reason why I like being here with everybody. I think everybody, like a lot of people, tend to have the good mindset of this is a melting pot of this is a melting pot of beings. Like currently, as of right around us, as of right now, fire elemental, human,
elf.
or pure elf.
Yeah,
Well,
elf.
elf. I just can't remember half elf, pure elf, high elf. Okay.
Pure elf.
So fire elemental, human, elf,
Way too many
familiar,
varieties of medicated out there.
another elf, and unknown because you're in armor.
You did not
I'm
point at
actually-
me.
Because you're invisible, oh, you're up there. And mana vampire. We have all different beings from all different. And I want to say with all of your tails, Kitsune, but I might be wrong. Oh, perfect. And I always try my best to catch races at a glance. And I want to say beast can, but I'm probably wrong. Oh, cool. See, I'm getting better at it. I'm getting better at catching races at a glance. I still get it. I get it wrong sometimes, and I will always admit to
Sometimes
fucking up on that.
Sometimes when I see an elf, I just group them all together and say knife ear.
And that,
racist.
and you wonder why you probably get some bad looks.
Hmm.
That's kind of racist, my friend. You don't call them knife ears. That's racist.
Definitely
It's just
rephrase
I can't
that.
tell the difference between them all, and I use the dwarven word that I hear all the time.
Julian,
Okay, because
Julian,
dwarves
help.
say that because
Julian,
they're
help.
racist.
May want to work on it.
Julian, help!
Wait, no, wait.
Come here.
So, you see, if you go to the
You're
smith
fine. You were just
station,
potting correctly.
there's a shovel.
Big strong hugs. There you go.
It'll be
I
easier
heard
for you
those
to
songs
dig
like
yourself
mine.
deeper with it.
It's okay. Here. Answer me this.
I'm lightening up things with a
Answer me
joke.
this,
You're
mine.
just know that those are bad things.
True, and I'm helping save yourself, pulling yourself out of the hole. Did you know that it was a racial slur?
No, I called elves knife ears a lot.
So he was misinformed by dwarves. That's
Thank you,
understandable.
Tama.
But now you know.
Actually, by the goddess.
Don't sneak up on me.
He does that a lot.
Okay,
Man, we're gonna give this poor soul a heart attack.
By the name of the
Don't
goddess
worry.
Dora.
my friend, you are totally safe here. Totally safe here.
Bull.
Rosewood, knock it off.
That's my Tempest Bay name, fucker.
Oh, sorry, Bavati, or you, fuck off. Anyway. Anybody got any other fun stories they want to? Like, anybody want to talk about? Any missions that people have been on? Any fun things?
I mean, the Agricultural Guild has the airship now, so that's good.
You just woke up. That's
Oh
fair.
yeah, the whole thing with slimes. That was fun.
Yeah, I can't believe we found druid pirates.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are the odds?
I'm sorry.
Really
What?
bad druid pirates. Like
I know they.
I don't know
Druid
animals,
pirates.
but how does a druid not know what sheep sounds like?
Yeah, they kept going moo. They started clucking, and then none of them were going, like, none of them were bleating like actual sheep.
They weren't the
Wow,
smallest
there you go.
druids
Even
or pirates.
I see.
I would bet probably they were druids from the Feywild because animals there do not sound like what they do.
they weren't. They weren't. They were human.
They were
Oh.
humans.
One of them even had like a very similar hat to mine, like and pistols.
Yeah, and they were yar. I'm going to steal your
Really?
They
body.
died a really gruesome death right in front of me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they were eaten by the
electrocuted
gelatinous
one to
cube.
death.
Yeah, it was.
You
It
guys,
was
you guys
I,
went up against a gelatinous cube too. Good gods, guys!
I hate
right.
those
No,
things.
it didn't bother us
Alright,
too much.
Slimes.
Please tell me that it
so
didn't
much stuff.
follow you back through the Nexus. I really don't want to try to get rid of
took
it in
an
Redwall
airship. How would
again.
it follow us?
I don't know. Like, I just
Suck the
don't
shit.
want to.
Try to take
It.
a slime
I had to
out.
deal with it in Redwall
We
once. I
flew-
don't want to ever do it again.
We flew the airship out.
If you want
I don't think
my wife
can gelatinous
trying
cubes
to
fly.
Okay,
Cultivate.
I didn't want to bring it up because I knew it would concern you, Bryant. But when I was tending to the farm earlier, I think I saw a slime crawling around in one of the bushes.
Dragon from the outside.
Bad idea.
It was following.
Went
Right?
into caves where gelatinous cubes.
The regular slimes are the
on
cube.
floors of the
Oh, the
dungeon
regular ones, you know, the small ones,
Oh,
not the
okay.
cube.
Nice and clean.
I don't know
So
how the
they-
cube would have gotten here. That would have been kind of scary.
Exactly. She's also got some
I would've
slimes in
reported
the
I mean,
barrel,
as
so
long,
all they
as
gotta
long
do is
as
put the
you
plates in,
you don't
and they
bother
just
the
eat
slimes that much,
organic
they're
stuff off the plates. They
fairly
don't eat
neutral
the-
and
they
just
don't eat
kind
the
of
stone,
muck
but the
about.
plates are on, so she just reaches in and grabs the plates and-
If they're
Mostly harmless.
smaller, but if they bit bigger and they're made of acid, and you see skeletons inside
None of
them.
them have been made of acid.
The one that attacked
Yeah, they were
Redwall
just gelatinous.
was. Man,
That's a
I'm
glitch.
just
That was
getting
a cube.
reminded of a bunch of stuff from almost a year ago today.
The
I liked her.
the ones we're talking about are kind of more rounded, and they have little faces on them
Sorry.
too.
Me and her.
The one I was thinking of is a big square, no face on it, and just had a bunch of dissolving
Gotcha.
people inside of it.
Yes, there was also
I
that,
do apologize. Like,
but mostly it was just the slime.
I do
That was
apologize
the
for your
cube.
loss, my friend.
So if we're talking about the cube,
I
that is a similar
had
one.
plenty of time to grieve.
But the slimes are round, kind of almost kind of.
The slimes can't grow into the cubes. Please tell me that.
You could say that.
I do
I
not
hope
believe
not.
so.
No,
I think the cube is a separate entity.
just tell me that it's not possible for the slimes to turn into the cubes. Just say it's definitively
It
not
is
possible.
Not possible.
Too.
They
Thank
can
you.
get big,
If
but
it makes
they
you feel
can't.
that better.
Me and my wife are too.
They can get big,
Definitely not possible.
but they're relatively harmless unless you like
Yeah,
start messing with
Sorry for your
them.
loss.
Okay.
Ivor was actually.
Hopefully
Actually,
they.
a lot of them like being petted.
Have you ever heard of a treble?
I just don't know where he is.
I don't know if that's a thing in.
Well, I'm
I know
glad
it
to
was
hear
a thing in
that.
our world.
Hopefully, I'm hoping he's living his life to his fullest. Me and
A
my
little
wife,
fuzzy
since we're two-
thing.
It's a small fuzzy thing that eats
my
and
wife
it
are
multiplies
two
and then it
different
eats
beings
and then
that
it's an
can't have a
invasive
child of our
species.
own, so we adopt many people. We have a couple
Oh,
daughters
okay.
from here, and
I
uh,
please tell me that
we,
a slime can't
yeah,
do the
like,
same
I'm a
thing
fire
either.
elemental,
That
she's
like
the
I'm not
shadow
going to go
spirit,
back to Redwall and there's going to be like
the being of
100 of
light,
them.
The being of dark.
Vampire,
Sadly, we
We can make a ranch.
not to say we haven't tried,
Oh.
but
A slime ranch. I see.
we
That might work.
The red wall slime ranch.
yeah, well, being
'Cause
like,
these little
for
guys are
one,
kinda
neither of us have
adorable.
neither of us have organs for such a thing, so
Yeah, they're not so
Unless-
bad when they're
beings like
not
us are
spiky
created,
and trying to
not
kill
born.
you.
so.
I mean, if you pick them up the right way, you can actually throw a spiked
seen
one
enough
and,
of the
and use it as a projectile.
Thank you.
But
I can't imagine they like that very
we've
much.
seen enough families.
No, I'm
and
fine.
the like, and I've adopted in my time.
Oh, the slimes.
That captain sure didn't hate it. Didn't hated it. Sure, when I threw a slime out his ass.
Because we're part of the primordial
That's effective, I guess.
that make up the planes.
I'm
of the
a
elements,
peasant.
So.
I don't fight fair.
But
Tama, please.
doesn't mean that we can't die easily. Because our
Tails, please.
weaknesses are pretty
Turn
obvious.
around. Tama.
Aren't you incorporeal? Like,
Someone's got a wolfkin. Was she?
Don't tell her.
I don't know. Wait. She wasn't a wolfkin.
Anyhow.
She was a bearkin.
Ooh, nice.
Do not drown people in tails.
I always get that. I always imagine her ears.
Actually, bearkin. There was a bearkin on the
No,
mission.
Tama, no. Okay,
Remember that,
there
Toby?
one, but
I
Tama,
remember
no.
that. I didn't know
There was a
bearkin could
bearkin.
fly.
Yeah. He had two big old hammers. He was also the healer.
it's almost been a year. Huh? Almost a year since Moss passed away. Almost a year of being here. Or however the whole time thing works. I...
Fair enough. I've also got. I also had like some of these earrings. Like I think it's one of these earrings also has. It's a. What was the technical term for it? A aura or a ring of fire suppressant. So I don't accidentally burn people by touch or anything else. So.
Want some marshmallows?
Or accidentally burn your tavern down again?
It's like a living campfire.
Okay. Not. I didn't burn
or
a
burn
tavern
the
down,
cornfield.
that was a town. Okay, I didn't get the ring at
That's
that
not
point.
bad.
though,
He-
so-
He didn't burn a cornfield, he made
Okay, alright.
popcorn.
Allow.
I
Okay.
didn't
All right.
burn
All right.
a
All right.
Tavern. I
yeah.
burned down an entire
Okay,
town.
okay.
How does that sound
allow
better,
me-
my friend?
Okay, I've got two stories. Who wants to hear them? Because, all right, the most recent one, we were going up against these beings known as treasure golems. Now, unknown to me because nobody fucking told me, these treasure golems were held together with a magical tar-like substance, one that you couldn't see very clearly. So when they were running around the town, capturing people and putting them in cages, they left a lot of tar around. No one told me this. And so my wife gave me a potion, which is a mana regen potion without a stopper on it. So I could get bigger, more powerful, and start melting these treasure golems fairly easily. Problem with it is, well, magical tar around, that caught, and the town went up like a fucking tinderbox. Your Honor, I plead whoopsie daisy. Luckily, nobody died. Sure, people got some burns, whoopsie daisy, but none of the people died. So that was the first time I burned down a town. The second time they had it fucking coming because
What did I do to get all
when
this
me and my
attention?
wife went on
There's
travels,
also people
'cause
you can
we're
head back
planewalkers.
here.
We can go from different realm to realm. We stopped by a village, and I thought I would go get some local
Okay.
game and bring it to the people as a showing of good faith and like, hey, we're not here to hurt you. We bring food. We bring resources. My wife's a healer, the best one in fucking Aether, I might add. And so I figured she can go and she can maybe tend to the sick. I go,
Fair enough.
she goes in, and I figured she's
Okay,
a
fair
spirit,
enough.
so probably less worry on that than a literal skeleton that's on fire. So
No,
I
that's
go
fair.
and come back, and I see her pinned to the ground with a bunch of spears. Now, if anybody knows me, I get mad fast when my wife's hurt. I thought she had died, so I went into a blood-boiling rage. And what I did was this village was surrounded by a forest. And my first thought, I'm not letting any of you escape. And so I lit the forest on fire, making sure it surrounded the entire village, and then I just started to pull the flames inward. Now, I didn't realize what I was doing until my wife, who wasn't dead, was grabbing me and shaking me, and then I snapped out of it, and I looked down, and I realized what I had done. Now, I take no pride in what I did there. It was my anger getting the better of me, and I regret doing it. I regret both things. I understand the importance of someone's home, and I would never want to ruin that for somebody. And I didn't have enough gold back then for the first town that I destroyed, because there's nobody there to give gold back to. But the one that was an accident, like a pure, genuine accident, any riches and rewards that I had gotten on that mission, I donated it back to the town and a little bit extra to make sure that they could rebuild. I even gave them some glyphs of fire protection to make sure that, or glyphs of fire resistance, so that way something like that would not happen again so easily. So yeah, again, full transparency. It was a mistake. I own it. I regret it.
You didn't burn down a village.
I did.
Hey, Kyle.
He did.
I regret it, but I gave them money to.
Hi,
I
Brett.
gave them money to rebuild.
Hi, Kyle.
You still burned down a village.
Hey, Toby.
I know,
It's
and I regret it. And it's a choice that I'm gonna. It's a mistake that I'm going to live with for the rest of my life.
Well, the thing
mistakes
is, you did.
that I'll have to live with. For the rest of my
Luckily,
life.
no one was seriously hurt, as you said. And like you said,
On the second one, yeah.
you on the second one, and
First one, those fuckers-
you made the conscious decision to own up to it and start making recompense. So you should be proud of that.
Yeah.
True. And thank you for that. If I make a mistake, I'm at least a big enough of a being to say, no, that's a mistake that I've made. Like,
And if you want
mistakes-
me to send some extra supplies to that village free of charge, I will happily do so.
Luckily enough, I've been I think you got that request order, but I'm pretty sure I was sending. I made sure that a couple of our shipments were heading that way anyway. So
Of course. I mean, and like I said, with the new airship, it'll be easier for us to send out those shipments
heck yeah.
or even do more training.
yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That'll be awesome.
We still need to find some.
Give me a heart attack. I'm sending
Is that
you
better?
good. I'll give you a heart
Oh man.
You get used to it after
Just
a
a
while,
bush.
I think.
Yeah.
Oh man, a bush.
You not.
I mean, it's not good that it happens. I agree, but you do get used to it after a while.
Elves
Look
would
at
know
it.
a thing about that, wouldn't you?
Hmm?
Well, no. I grew up on a farm.
Since you live for such a long time.
I'm 19, sir.
Really? So you are
Yeah.
extremely young for an elf, then. Because I remember, okay, I know some elves mature differently, but for where you come from, is it where that you reach the age of mortals, but then you just stop aging at like a point? Or like, are you 19 for an elf? Like, tell me the story.
To go into it in a bit more detail, like the long story is it's complicated. The short story is I'm more of a half elf. My pa was human. My mom was an elf.
Okay, so that makes sense then. So you have the maturity of a human of the age that you are will match that, whereas pure-blooded elves, they're not like mature adults until they're like 100 or something.
Wait, what?
So good to know. I've met some long-living elves, man. Like they they reach full maturity at like 100.
Okay,
Like, or a
so
young adult at 100 or
now I'm
something
very
like that.
curious. How old do you think I am? Knowing that I'm a whole,
I'm
like a complete elf.
scared to answer that.
So you're a pure-blooded elf.
Yes.
I want to spitball by looking at you. No gray hairs. Although the hair is your hair naturally that color? Just on to clarify.
Yeah, it's pretty
See-
lightly blonde.
Okay, I want to say
Have a good one, Shay.
200.
Oh, hold on, you gotta give me a hug before you leave. Bye-bye.
No.
I can't answer. I know the answer, so I can't say anything.
Yeah, he knows because I was funnily enough lower.
Come here, you.
Lower? Okay. 100.
You have
No.
to explore.
50?
27.
Really? Huh.
Although, to be fair,
I like that.
parents kind of died when I was fairly young, so I don't know much about my culture. I was kind of taken away from it pretty young, so I would like to think that I'm fairly mature, though.
No, and that's fine. Like, for 27, that's a young adult in the terms of mortal years.
Yeah.
But I have been lucky enough to walk through many elven, like wild elves, high elves, drow. I've had a chance to walk through a couple of their through a couple of their places. The drow, though, didn't like me around because I was a bright beacon in a very dark place. They wanted me out quick. So I just asked, can I buy a couple books and then I'll leave, so I can just read about some of the culture that's available for everybody. And they're like, sure, you bright bastard, here's the books, fuck off, so. But
I'm not choosing either of you.
do you know what kind of ancestry that you come from, though? Are you more like of the wood, or are you more of the ancestral stones?
I don't know.
Come on, join me.
Like, I know my parents were, like, a sort of diplomats. They weren't royalty, but they would go and, on behalf of a kingdom, to negotiate business deals and trade negotiations, that kind of thing. When they died, I was way too young. Like, some people thought that I might be a city elf, or I might be a wood elf that, were in cities. I don't know. I never got a chance to find out. I was kind of, when they died, I was at, that age where you didn't really concern yourself with that stuff.
Do you need help?
I gotcha. I would make an educated guess and say, from the evidence that you're presenting, you have high elven ancestry, which is not a bad thing. High elves are more so, like, from at least where I've come from. Could be different from civilization to civilization, but a good number high elves are very adept with magic and tend to be the ones of they're like the lore keepers and the ones of ancient tablets since they are ones that live the longest. Like out of many elves, high elves live for thousands of years and can still retain their youth.
Well,
So.
despite my adoptive father being an elf, he didn't really give me any heritage stuff.
Oh, so your adopted father was the politician?
No, he was the one that raised me into the assassin that you know today.
Gotcha. Okay.
Parents died,
So-
he adopted me, and trained me to be an assassin. The organization
Okay, so-
purposely didn't tell anyone about their ancestry. They often took orphans and stuff. If they knew anything at all, they wouldn't teach anything further to prevent you from wanting to escape. Make it so you're the only culture you know is, you know, the organization, essentially. Make it less likely that you think you can leave.
That tracks for assassins organizations.
I do know that
Yeah.
he was 2000, and I know that he had gray hair, so...
No, that's roughly right. Okay, no, that tracks for high elves. But no, I guess if anything, then, and I would think then, if you want to owe homage to the ancestry that which you come from, I guess there's got to be some libraries or stuff around here. You could probably find
Well,
like
I continuously go to
probably return back
Lockport.
to your homelands and
That's... the only issue with that is I did go that, and to try to dig up some more information about other things, and they kind of found me, and they took a lot to go through the nexus and leave. They probably know about the nexus now. Especially given that I know that they went through it while I was away to get more information about me. That's why I'm not really hesitant about telling people about my history anymore, because, well, it might prevent people from giving out information to people that are trying to find me.
Gotcha. Well, the good news is, I guarantee you, if you need any help, you will have a cavalcade of people that would come to your aid, myself included.
See, I saved him.
With you being at the tavern, if you ever see a, you would have a gray beard, gray hair, eye patch. He doesn't ever give out his real name. He's always worried about accidentally giving it to a fae. So, if you ever see him running around,
Makes sense.
let me know. It's likely my adoptive father. It wouldn't be surprising if he tried to get me himself.
Please don't trap me in your basement.
The good news is that he can't touch you while you're here. But
I've been thinking about that. He can still get more information.
You stop being a nuisance to everyone in Aether.
he might try to get you when you leave. I understand that.
When I leave,
Like you can go.
he could try to get me while I'm in the swamp. I mean, does the protections really work? You know, if he knocks me out in the swamp and then carries me out, does it teleport him as soon as he exits the swamp with carrying me? Like, he could always find ways to abuse the rules.
Yeah. Yeah, because you need to give consent and not do things, and if you're unable to give consent, then that's the kicker. Well,
yeah.
If you ever feel like you need a place to lay low, I would happily offer you a place in Autumn.
Despite that, I still feel safe here. If I'm going in the swamp, I'm not going to go alone. I'm usually going to go with someone else in the guard.
Then I shall stop.
So that should help with that kind of situation. It's just more of, again, if you see someone coming in the tavern asking, hey, do you know this woman? You know, she's, my friend, or she's got a bounty, or something like that.
Gotcha. I gotcha. I'll do what I can to try to make sure that I'll
You
keep
are
them away from
very
you.
large, threatening, and imposing. I say that in the nicest way possible.
Well, description probably wouldn't even work that well.
I don't know.
Because he can always...
In any case.
I mean, the eye patch is fake.
Yes, I have my stomach out.
His eye is actually
If
not
anybody's
damaged.
looking for you,
I mean, that guy is naked.
regardless if anybody looks for you, I'll steer them away from you.
Mm,
No.
I appreciate that.
They don't make clothes in
Because
my
quite
town.
frankly, the people that would look for me, that would legitimately need for me, would be people that you already know. So
We don't question.
there wouldn't be very many people. You know, if a stranger's asking you who this Trish person is and where she is,
It happens all
probably
the time. It's a common
someone that's,
misconception.
you know, if they're saying that they're my...
Lucky to find these other places.
Apparently this guy that was
if
they
they
sent
call- if
after me was just like, oh yeah, like she's a best friend and I'm looking for her and stuff like that. So
What species
Yeah.
are
If they call you by name, then I'll
not
try to
familiar.
move things away.
So, nah,
well, the fact
no.
that they say
Toby.
Trisyra
huh?
would be a sign too.
Toby, if you're looking for clothes
Yes.
of your size, have you tried looking in have you tried talking to people for like hobbling size clothing or halfling?
Well, I've looked into it. It's just haven't really done it yet. Not like I really need to wear clothes, right? I mean,
Beastkin do have Beastkin and other forms of life that have where fur covers everything. It's acceptable in social norms.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, right. So it's not, I'm comfortable. I feel if I wore like a shirt or something, it would just make me feel hot.
Plus, it looks weird. I mean, I've seen Beastkins, you know, like that would wear a shirt but nothing else, and it just looks weird.
Yeah, it's just like
Yeah,
go
like-
the
like,
full
I feel
mile
like-
if you're not gonna.
Yeah, either go full clothes or nothing. You know, it's weird when you go
Well,
halfsies.
The problem with pants is like look like the way my feet go. Like it's hard to get it like all the way down. Or I have to like cut them.
Mm-hmm.
You need
It's
to wear
just so
shorts
much
almost.
effort.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no, I get you.
But I'm comfortable, and
Gotcha.
I'm not.
I mean, I'm glad I'm
These are
comfortable too.
clothes.
But
Well, I mean, there's that
for
tailor
me, I could just go.
that's roams around sometimes.
Yeah.
I need
For
to.
me though, logically, I could
do?
just go full fire and not wear clothing, and nothing would really matter because I don't have organs.
Well, you have magic. You can just snap your fingers and get new outfits.
Fair. Well, not always. I can get new clothing, but putting the enchantment on them so they don't burn is the hard part. It's the reason why when I was in that bardic attire, I only swapped between that bardic attire and the armor. Because really hard to find clothing that, like, as you can see, that's like it's got a nice orange glow to it. You can tell it's enchanted.
Doing?
I don't know. We're distracted.
Oh, have you seen my old have you seen my my new adventure, or sorry, my old adventuring gear that I found?
I can't remember if I did or not.
Give me a second. I'm just gonna snap my
I think
fingers
I've
and,
seen. I think
put it
I
on.
walked past you. Is it the red leather coat? Yeah.
Okay, that's not fair. You have a metal hand.
I personally like. I like this, although having to keep a lot of the flame, repressed or it's a little tricky for me.
Mhm.
But I would wear a lot of this when I was dealing with beings that could deal with fire better,
Mhm.
because the more I keep it kind of in, how do I explain it?
Hey, how good are you with that rapier or saber?
With the rapier? Oh, I'm pretty damn good with it. Like this was the weapon that I trained with for a very long time. Like for a bard, the rapier is the weapon that we learned first, and then I went up to the great sword later on.
Would you like
But,
to have a little spar?
You just want to kick my ass,
Ooh, a
don't
fight.
you? All right. Sure.
I'm down to see this.
Yep.
All right. I assume we're going raw swordsman skill. We're not doing any magic.
Punch me again.
Nope, no magic. Just raw skill.
Yeah. All right. All right. So where do you want to
Where
spar?
did you go?
Like just by the fountain?
Well, the training ground would probably be the
area.
better area.
Oh yeah, let's yeah, okay, that's
I
all right. All right,
mean,
I'll follow you.
Yeah, let's
For
go
a reason.
spar in the tavern.
Fair.
God, there's so many callbacks.
I'm not a ranger, but taverns are my favorite terrain.
You fool. That is also my favorite terrain.
Well, fuck. Then you get super advantage.
I think it was like my first week in Aether that I got yelled at for training in the road. For sparring in the road.
Yeah, that would probably do it. I just figured this was like not a lot of people like to hang out in the afternoons apparently, so we'd have a lot more freedom to kind of do what we wanted.
Well, I mean, they have to run off and do missions and stuff.
Understandable. Alright. You're good? Or do we want to use like the literal pit over there? Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, well. We'll have a Valdi,
Welcome to the arena. Today's match is Brand. Thank you then. Julian.
Who's your money on?
Character, do you need a god for this match?
Well, sure.
Up to you. I'm good either way.
If it's raw sword,
Hi,
raw
Lurking, I'm
swordsman
Mom.
Skills, I don't know.
I mean, do you have a dice roller?
I do. We just
Since I'm a mage, I would just roll.
Really, I think it's
flat,
anybody's
so.
game, really.
very well. And
Julian is a competent fighter, but Bryant's got some years of experience on him, so...
Alright. Okay. If I'm going to do this, though, swinging the flintlock and grabbing this. Or do you want just fucking damn it, I had a feeling.
Hey, you pulled out yours. Only fair.
No, I figured. Hence why I was asking if you wanted to do just rapiers, or did you want to go, like, the full style?
Let's go full style.
Okay, cool. Alright. So, you're gonna be doing dice rolls? Thanatos?
yep.
Alright, cool.
If you want me to.
Alright.
It's up to you.
I think it'll be fun. Why not? Because... I mean, to be fair, a healer beat the fighters.
No, I'm not your real mom.
It'd be interesting if, for some will of God...
But
that I
God,
win this
like,
fight.
it's so funny.
Alright. Cards back up. Whenever you're ready, Brian.
As the battle begins, Julian, we have 14 versus Bryant 2. This man is slow.
Good hit there.
Again, we're going just for hits. Want to say best 2 out of 3? Or do we want to go best 3 out of 5?
Huh? 3 out of 5. I'm up for any.
Alright. Alright. And begin.
And Julian, with a 15, once more, you have the upper hand against Bryant's 13.
Swordbreaker daggers. Fantastic little things for grabbing weapons and moving them around. Alright, that's 2 for me. Oh shit.
Bryant, with an 18, you've seen how he fights, you learned his tricks. And with Julian's 8, he's no match for you anymore.
Oh shit! Oh! Okay, damn. That's what I was expecting. Ah, fucker, you were just learning, weren't you? Cheeky bastard. Oh shit.
And once more, Bryant, with a 17. You caught him by surprise. He wasn't expecting it. Easy hit for you.
It's like it's going to be fairly close.
Fucking dang. Whew. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
This is what I was expecting.
Experience versus training, essentially.
All right. Let's pick it up.
Julian, with an 18, you're determined to win. And you will win.
Oh wow.
Whew. Oh, holy crap.
Alright.
Now that. Holy shit, that was good.
I'm just getting slow in my old age.
Slow for shit. You're smart. I could tell you were trying to get my moves down first.
Accidentally go to
Oh.
zero.
Fair enough.
Ow.
I had to fight for that. I had to fight for that victory. That was not easy. Whew.
And the way I like to fight, no healers are needed.
Fucking old
Have
man
you
with
heard?
moves.
Yeah,
Nah,
I'm fine.
we were doing taps. We weren't going for cuts. I was trying to get more with the flat of the blade.
Good. I don't have to kill any more trees.
Good thing with rapiers. Yeah. Well, good.
Oh, mine's is
the good thing
druid,
with
but-
rapiers. For slashes, can easily be dealt with non-lethal by a very small tilt of the blade. So, bigger swords have a harder time with that since it's hard to twist everything to get to those non-lethal hits.
Well, the blade's not as heavy.
Not as well.
Doesn't cut as deep.
Although, if I really wanted to be that kind of guy, well,
Really?
Yeah, buenos dias,
okay.
Brian.
To be fair, no projectiles come out of these things. It is pure. My bad.
You heard
Sorry.
Slama's
Should have yeah, that's my fault. That's my fault.
You're gonna
I used to
start
kind of ring
okay.
rubbing a little bit of back of your ears, and you're gonna notice some
Sorry.
pain go away.
It's okay, Tom.
I don't shoot projectiles out of my
okay.
flintlocks. It's more so
There you go,
just
Tama.
I put raw fire in them, so it's just
Just taking a little bit of the pressure off
no
you.
projectiles.
A little flamethrower.
You feel better?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my friend. I probably should have been a little bit more mindful of those with
Yeah. Here,
better.
Julian. Like I said,
So, anyone else
If
wants
you-
to fight?
for a lot, for especially with ear types like foxes, there's a little
I
bit.
think I'm okay for now.
If you can put like if they trust
Very
you, if they're not
I'd
spooked,
still love to spar you someday.
like Tama here, let me do it. But if you go right behind the
Fair
ear,
enough.
kind of where like the drum is, if you just gently give it a
right
little
around
bit of like
May I? Like so, right
yeah, just
here.
right here. That's
Okay.
where her drum would be. If you, it keeps a little pressure off of it.
You busy? I'm gonna ask.
Not really.
Actually, that's why a lot of animals like
by all means.
being scratched behind the
We were
ears.
Sparring. We were training yesterday.
Because yeah, probably a hard spot to reach.
Hard
But yeah,
spot to reach.
good to definitely
and
know in the
also-
future.
Did I by
Also,
chance
and
ever
if
unwrap my scarf
Tama
or
Tama
something?
gets
I
her
just don't
ears
remember where it's at. I can't find it anywhere else.
ringing again, it helps keep it helps spread
I don't
out some
remember
of
you
the
leaving it anywhere out
the
here.
pressure
If
that's
I
coming
remember
from it.
correctly, you had the scarf on the whole
So-
time I saw you until I went to sleep.
So, though usually you
Well,
see
I'm not really
for
sure.
that you need
Still can't
another
find
person
it?
to help them out.
I mean, I'm about to look over the wall to see if I somehow maybe have one outside. I'm not sure.
Always keep some alcohol on me
You
just in
checked the
case.
Seeker's chest. You
Fire
checked
wine.
the
Hold our flask.
mansion.
I haven't checked.
No, that's fire
I'll
whiskey.
check in a moment.
So if anybody wants any drinks, the bartender
Fucking mad, I'm not
the
really
bartender
sure what
never
it
leaves it never leaves me. If anybody
you.
wants anything.
You enjoy your time here doing
Sure, could you fill my flask?
nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Here.
We were just watching these two fight.
I see.
Spar,
Oh.
but yeah.
Oh yeah, spar
Fighting is
spar
kind of the
fight.
same thing, but anyways.
It's sort of it's in the same realm.
To be fair, yeah, fair enough. I find spars are like when you set rules, set parameters, and then it's like usually to like first of 2 or 3 or 5 hits, and if fights are basically until the other one yields.
Right. Or
Actually-
well,
That's just like-
was effectively a fight, despite calling.
I've
it
been learning a
sport.
new wild shape form. If anyone want to see if they can pull some
I wanna see it.
fancy moves
I
on
wanna
that.
see it. I wanna see it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I want to see this.
All
I
right,
want to see.
let's go. Time to wild shape. There we go.
Oh.
Oh, for fuck's sakes!
Whoa.
Holy smokes! Okay, now, okay, hold on. Now, I'm gonna try to sit down for this one. So, this looks like. Oh, I know reptilian
snake
in
with
nature.
wings.
I know there's it's a dragon of some variety because I know there are dragons that have like just wings.
Actually, these
But I'm
little
not-
babies are quite common in my world.
Really?
I may not have
Well,
different
winged
races, but we
snakes?
sure have a lot of different
God.
creatures.
Well, whoa. Yeah, good tails, good fangs, yeah. All right, let's I'm Stomp Brent. What creature is this?
Some call it a quetzalcoatl.
To be honest,
It
that's
depends
not a
on the-
familiar term by me.
Basically,
Isn't Quetzal like the same name
it
as
depends on the
Quetzal?
form of world you're fighting it from. Mostly, these are very similar to wyverns, but with more feathers. But they also know to do this.
Hmm.
Huh, very nice. A poison spit? Or is that acid? Looks like
Poison.
Very cool.
Leaves a bad taste in my mouth, though.
I bet.
I can
Well, the good thing
imagine.
is you probably
I can imagine.
probably don't get poisoned by your own acids or by your own poison spit. I like to imagine.
Don't worry, Tama. I have your favorite form always available. Actually, this form is how I figured out the ear thing for foxes.
Shit, no, that makes a lot of sense. Probably heard some ringing and you were probably trying to paw at your ears and you were like, oh, okay, that's probably better.
Yeah. It's... I mean, wild shape's nice, but I have to sacrifice my spells for it. So...
Understandable.
There's always got to be the cost, eh?
Yep. I
Yep.
mean, even in this, like even with all this equipment, my I can't really call upon any of my bardic spells while I'm like this, because well, you know the whole thing with armor. You know how sometimes it's hard for some casters to cast things with certain armor sets on. Yeah. Too much
Yeah,
equipment, and
must
so
cast.
it fumbles my bardic capabilities. My innate fire magic, though, which is where I can, like, channel things with these. I'm not going to shoot it, don't worry. Where I can still channel a lot of the spells through it, and they act kind of like arcane focuses. But the spells are still limited, because I couldn't put a fireball through this one. I could put, like, a fire bolt, but I can put a I can put a scorching ray through this one, and don't worry, I'm not gonna shoot it either. So, but again, I am a bard of
Reminds me-
valor, so
Yeah.
Oh,
Reminds me a little bit of fella part of the guild that on my world that I'm part of, kobold by the name of Knick-Knack.
Kobold. I
He's fancies himself as a bit of a gunslinger in his own way, but a lot of it is magic stuff, much like as you demonstrated there.
Sorry, so I can talk to everybody. But
Good old curse of this form.
Yeah, no. Although I
You're alone. Everyone
I-
point at him.
I also made the funny joke. It's like, if I'm a bard and I use guns, does that make me a gunslinger? And I had some groans and laughs. Like that.
I'm gonna steal your gun. Goodbye.
Hey, you little shit. No. No, it's mine. No sticky, no ticky.
Well, see, what you need to do is get a guitar case and put a hidden gun in it. Then you would be a gunslinger.
Yeah, just pull one of these. Just pull one of these off. It's like, hey guys, it's like, hey, here, let me play you a song. That'd be funny.
He did not fire.
Yeah, no, I made the sound effects.
He didn't want to hurt her ears again. Or yours.
Yeah, I'm not that much of an asshole.
Imagine it would hurt your ears too.
Nobody's got the same kind of ears too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That'd be a ringing
The same kind of ears. Like you
That'd be ringing
like
phrases.
3 people that have hypersensitive hearing.
Yeah, mine are a little sensitive.
Being a what? Alright. Let's see, I gotta get off the ground. Huh. Oh, yeah, that was a fun little spar. What else is actually around the bull? You know, one day, I'm actually not going to be on my guard, and this is going right in your gob.
I welcome it.
Yeah, okay.
Careful, Tama is behind you.
No, yeah, fair enough. I'm not gonna shoot with them.
Indeed. Because of you, Tama, I did not get shot. Thank you.
Although, doesn't mean I still can't friggin' cook your ass. This doesn't make the sounds that would hurt sensitive ears.
Let's see. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I don't want to teleport back.
I mean, you would not.
Also, you're a friend. I don't want to hurt you. I can be joking and point weapons at people,
You
but
cut off my leg, don't you remember?
Yeah, because it was poisoned. Actually, no, it wasn't poisoned. You had parasites in your legs. Pardon?
In a friendly way.
Adopting people, surprise adoption. Speaking of, no, okay.
Surprise adoption.
By the way, adoption is obvious for father now.
And you remember,
So I
you're
have
the
heard.
aunt.
You and
Wait,
Michael.
did he adopt you?
Michael is the uncle.
Somebody else.
No, she's the aunt to my kid.
That I'm supposed to be an aunt now.
Yes, you are.
Next.
The accent is very hard. You're a what now?
An aunt.
Oh, an aunt. Oh, okay. An auntie. Gotcha. Nice. Congratulations.
Oh. Hey, Flicker.
Have you seen Ash?
Have I seen Ash?
Yeah.
Well, I gotta head back to Redwall, make sure it's not burning down.
Very well.
Are we out of time already? Is the afternoon done?
I'm intrigued.
Well, it's not super late, but I still need to go back and check.
I made like 3 different sticks from.
Cough, cough.
Nah,
Computer's
it's-
exploding.
anyway.
Cough, cough. Need to check it.
Gotcha.
I wish I could tell you where he
Good always seeing you again, and thank you for listening to my stories.
but I don't know where
Yeah,
he
thank you for listening to mine.
Probably sleeping or something.
Of course.
Okay.
Well, I can't enter wherever they're at.
We don't need to hang around the training field.
So yeah, that's what you missed. Death is the reason why I'm a little late to session today.
Only opened on your birthday.
like an hour late
It's opened once a year.
is because my computer started screwing up again. It screwed up Monday. It screwed up today. Good day. Yep. It's the hard drive, but that's fairly easy. Well, I don't know if it's a hard drive or not. It may or may not be, but I'm replacing it because SSDs are extremely cheap right now. And it wouldn't be bad to get some extra space. So, I am getting a new hard drive. So I don't have to panic about that anymore. Worst case, if it's not the hard drive, then it's the cable, and I have like dozens of those. I've already replaced the cable, and I still have the same issues. But I am going to try to replace the hard drive to see if it might be that, because I've had that hard drive for a very long time. It's written a lot of data, and it might be on its